People say you'll never be nothing, you'll never be something. Well, you know what I think it's crazy for you to believe everything.
So my journey was one of pain and one of not understanding who I was. I was a victim of bullying for my entire secondary school education. I'd always say my teenage years were essentially the worst years of my life. I was called fat, I was called ugly, I was called the tag-along. As a result of me not knowing who I was, I always wanted to try and get attention from someone or somebody, whether it was a female, not really the guys. I didn't really stand a chance with the guys, so I was always trying to fit in with a group of friends. So I jumped from group to group with a longing for belonging, if that makes sense. So just trying to find out where I could feel accepted, and everywhere I went, the insults got worse. I didn't know who I was. Essentially I was Eugenia, the fat girl. Another part of me is I used to have a birthmark on my neck. It was essentially a line of moles that would grow as I grew. So as I grew of age, it would get bigger and bigger, and that was people's focal point in terms of insulting me and bullying me. Essentially I tried to get it removed, but it grew back anyway. And you know, now I'm okay. I absolutely forget it's there most times. However, journeying with that was not an easy thing for me. It was hard when people tell me I was pretty. I never believed it. I looked at myself in the mirror and I compare myself to the ones that people used to think were pink or the ones that were buff. And you know, my parents weren't having it. They did not want to raise a daughter who would eventually become a narcissistic. So I go to school with my braids in and wear whatever they wanted me to wear. I wasn't really about the designer life, so fitting in was never ever going to happen for me. You know, my turnaround came when I was 16. It came around physically first. When it was my prom, and you know, I was able to get my hair did, my eyebrows threaded, fuzz brow was no more, and it was a great confidence boost. Even though I had my physical transition, there were still some deep-rooted issues I needed to cut off. I still didn't know who I was. I still didn't know how God viewed me, so I was still compromising in my behaviour and my decisions. I did the altar call when I was 12, but up until 17 I was doing really whatever I wanted. And at 17 God really called me to himself and helped me understand how valuable I was to him, how worth more I was to him. And he started to reveal to me that I was beautiful, that I was his, that I had purpose, that I was on a journey, and you know, little things in my life I didn't understand started to make sense. And eventually the lies that people told me started to fall off of me. The chains were literally broken, and I started to embark in a journey where I knew who I was, and God was telling me more and more how beautiful I was every single day, to the point where I can now speak to young ladies about their worth and talk to them about my insecurities as a testimony, and you know, furthering God's kingdom. I'm completely passionate about seeing young girls see themselves the way God sees them. So ladies, I would just tell you that the words of your tormentors, the bullies, the words spoken over you do not hold weight to the word that never fails, the word that never changes, of our Lord and our Saviour Jesus Christ. He calls you beautiful, he calls you perfect, he calls you fearfully and wonderfully made. So take that and let that be your truth.